Our second winter 2023 education session was a bit of a continuation on the first. We just focused a little bit more on breaking lines, and in particular breaking the line of defense here. So again, I went to FIFA's summaries of many of the matches. You can see that I looked at Japan and Croatia, which we had looked at the week before. And you can see the completed line breaks and how many times Japan and Croatia each were able to do that. And then defensive line breaks. We did the same thing for Spain. You can see Spain broke Costa Rica's lines 206 times, and they broke their line of defense 22 times. Costa Rica only broke Spain's line of defense 1 time. We wanted players to be able to see what a forward line, a midfield line, and a defensive line would look like. You can see the team in blue here passed through the opposing team's forward line, dribbled through their midfield line, and then passed through their line of defense. This was a callback on the previous week's education session. We wanted to remind players that there are 3 ways to break the line of defense. FIFA only really counts 2 of those as dribbling and passing, but we all know as players you can also break the line of defense by shooting. Once we start to talk about breaking lines, I wanted them to think of 2 ideas in particular. That we can play a straight ball through for a teammate making an angled run, or we can play an angled ball through for a teammate making a straight run. You can also play a straight ball for a straight run. It's very difficult to stay onside, and oftentimes if you overhit a ball, there's a challenge for the goalkeeper now. And sometimes as effective as straight ball for an angled run or an angled ball for a straight run is an angled ball for an angled run. Those can be very effective as well. At this point in the classroom session, we showed a few videos, a few clips from the 2022 World Cup, and we had to change those to images now, still images, to put this onto YouTube. This is from the final, Argentina against France. Argentina in possession, going from left to right, and you can see the French team, their line of defense, their midfield line, and their forward line. We put each of those in blue. You can see a few Argentine players playing in between the lines, between that forward line and midfield line, and then again between the midfield line and defensive line. And if you take a line and draw it from the defensive line all the way up to their forward line, you'll see about 29 yards of length. And I want the players on our club to know that we call this team length. One of the benefits of breaking lines and why FIFA was looking at them a little bit differently is you eliminate opponents. When you play sideways and backward, you don't challenge opposing teams too much. You can stretch them out and make it easier to break the lines, but when you break lines, you eliminate opponents. This pass for Argentina here eliminated 3 opponents. As Argentina built out of the back here, that one ball beat 5 players. It beat the highest player for the French team, and then the 4 players in the next line behind that. This ball was pretty direct as well. It eliminated 5 more French players. The only issue was because it went so far wide, by the time Di Maria received the ball out in the flank and progressed forward, many of the French players had recovered. Here you can see a different formation out of possession and a much more compact defense. The Japanese team here in blue has a team length of probably about 15 yards. I wrote 14 there, but 14 to 15 yards. They have 5 in the back. You can see 4 in the midfield and 1 up top. Out of possession, I could call this a 5-4-1. We then spent just over a minute watching the Spanish team move the ball quickly from side to side, trying to stretch the Japanese team out, trying to draw them out lengthwise and try to stretch them out widthwise. It took a ton of patience from both teams. The Japanese team not to sacrifice their shape, and the Spanish team not to get so anxious that they change the way they play. After going sideways for just over a minute, sideways and backward, the Spanish team finally broke lines and found a player in an advanced position. As soon as this ball was played, the Spanish team went very directly to goal. Between the time the ball was played here and a shot on goal, the Spanish team only allowed 7 seconds to elapse. Portugal, the team in red here, knows that Switzerland will play a longer ball than Spain ever would. So Portugal have a line of defense that's pretty deep. And because they also want to press, they've created some pretty large gaps gaps so large that when Switzerland played between them, they found huge spaces to dribble. Australia here against Argentina in the round of 16 are moving backward, and they're hoping to draw Argentina out a little bit so they can play through them. So they play backward. After playing backward, you can see the Australian team have now spread Argentina out quite a bit. In fact, when you watch this clip, you can see a little bit of confusion about whether or not they want to press as a team. That confusion and the playing of the ball backward from Australia allowed for some huge gaps. This one pass eliminated 4 players and allowed the Australian team to quickly progress forward by dribbling. At this point, the Argentine team had a team length of about 48 yards. That will allow a lot of space to progress forward.